Hello and welcome, everyone. Tonight we're going live later than usual, that's for sure. It's Michelle Fox, and I have been doing a series comparing different skincare supplements, treatments. And tonight we are comparing charcoal mask to an in home microdermabrasion treatment. So if you're joining me tonight, please say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from or what you're doing. If you're in your jammies, I'm in my yet another one of my t-shirts from my merch store. I've had a busy day. I went ahead and just cleaned my face so that we just are focusing on the charcoal mask and the microderm. Last week I did a terrible job taking off my eye makeup while I was doing everything else. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, we're not even going to deal with that this time. So, as you are watching or as you're joining, and if you watch the replay, make sure that you let me know that you're here. Hello from Ohio. Hello, Pam. So, it's good to see everybody. And we've got people watching from YouTube and my private group on Facebook. And then I will be sharing this on my blog tomorrow. So, I'm trying to multitask. So, I'm just going to go ahead and start because this is going to take a little bit of time to dry. And, it's so funny because at first I don't know why I put these two together because they were kind of random. But the more I researched on them, the charcoal mask and the microdermabrasion, I thought, you know what? They actually are really similar as far as what they're supposed to do. A charcoal mask, I don't know if you've used it before. It's super cool. It's very fun. Hold on, got to get my mirror close by. A charcoal mask has activated charcoal in it. And what makes activated charcoal special is that as it heats up, it absorbs up to twice its weight in impurities. So it's it's attaching itself to the impurities in your pores, the crud. And as it dries, it's pulling that stuff out, and it can absorb and pull out up to twice its own weight. So that's a big deal. And this particular charcoal mask, I'll show you what it is in a minute. It also has brightening properties. So as it is removing the top layer of skin because it exfoliates as it is pulling out the impurities, it is also brightening your skin. But what I love about it is that it does really cool stuff as it dries. If you have what I lovingly call underground zits, usually there'll be like a white, sort of an ashy circle that shows up. And it's so funny because I will have something like that and I'll be like, there's no zit there. And then sure enough, the next day, there's a blemish because it's like pulling out the impurities, but that's a good thing because it like makes the cycle go through faster. So it's identifying, where that is, yanking it out, cleaning it out. And it's just kind of fun to see that happening. The other thing that's fun as far as like the colors that happen, my hair did not do a good job getting it all out of the way, is that when it is deep cleaning your pores, you'll see like little black dots, and that is the crud coming out of your pores. So it's a lot of fun when you have like a whole bunch of people doing this and you can all be like looking at each other. It's particularly entertaining when somebody has really disgusting pores. But, that's just me. So if you've ever used a charcoal mask, make sure to let us know in the comments. I'm pretty sure, if it's a charcoal mask, it has to be activated charcoal, right? So I'm pretty sure that they all work in the same way. This one has rosemary and bentonite clay in it. And it has sort of a cooling sensation as you apply it. So what is also really cool about it is it's safe for all skin types, and it is absorbing excess oil also. So it's a particularly good choice if you have oily skin. So this is clear proof. Okay, I can't see. It's clear proof charcoal mask, but let's see what it's really called. It's clear proof deep cleansing charcoal mask, and it's from the Mary Kay clear proof line. I was going to say Clinical Solutions, if that isn't correct. All right, why is that? It's too bright. Huh. Wonder how I can do that so that it's not so washed out. There's got to be a way. And I've used this for a long time. Um, I've recommended it to a lot of people, and I've not had anybody not be, happy with it. So what it is doing, like I said, it's attaching it, the crud in your pores, pulling that out. As it's doing that, it's also exfoliating. So it's deep cleaning, exfoliating, brightening. It is absorbing excess oil. A lot of people that have rosacea, believe it or not, see improvement with this. That is a tricky thing. I'm not saying that it heals or fixes rosacea, but I have had people with rosacea say that they've seen improvement when they use charcoal mask. Let's see what else is unique about it. I think that I like the fact that it's good no matter what your age is. Like when you purchase it, your teen can use it, your husband can use it. It's not something that is just for one small category of people. But mostly I just like watching it dry. I probably put it on too thick because it'll take too long to dry totally. But as it dries, like I said, you can kind of see what's happening. And then when it washes off, quickly and easily, this particular one. And that's really nice too, because, ain't nobody got time for that. All right. So we'll let that dry. What is the deal on my hair? Yeah. Where's the clip? I got a clip over here. I do. Hold that thought. So the microdermabrasion, what is fun about that is that you used to have that done like in a dermatologist's office, which was expensive. And so now that it's available in home, that's kind of a big deal. And when you get a really good quality microdermabrasion, the little granules, the little grainy things, if they are rounded edges, they're still getting in there and like basically they're like scraping out the crud. That's my favorite word all of a sudden. And they're the same in this particular one, it's the same grade, the same quality as what you would experience in a dermatologist's office. And what is different in terms of, well, what makes one brand or one type more expensive or better than something else is that if the edges are sharp, it can be a little more painful or do a little more damage. And these have like buffered edges, and yet they still get in and get the job done. So this is the stuff that feels gritty, and it's not a scrub. It's finer than that. It's extremely fine. If you've never done it before, do I want to use this or just my fingers? I'll just use my fingers. If you've never done it before, it's really unique. I mean, it comes out looking like a lotion, but you'll be surprised if that's what you think it is, because it is like the tiniest little gritses. And they so this is a physical exfoliator. So I am exfoliating the dead skin. God, what the heck? My hair. I'm exfoliating by physically removing it. I'm doing something to my skin. Whereas last week we were using a chemical exfoliator that did it on its own. So you are going to use, more pressure, so to speak, in the areas that you want to clean more deeply. And sometimes you may find it beneficial to use a tool for this, like a sonic brush, like an Invigorate sonic brush, or this, what's the other one that's really popular? What's the other one? That's Clarisonic. That's the one's really popular. Something that is going to kind of spin and do the work for you. And then you don't have to so much work, focus on how hard you're pressing. But what is interesting is that you can feel it working for real. Like it seems like when you first put it on, like it's so fine, it's so thin. You think, gosh, is that really going to do much? But as you massage it in, you can definitely feel it, removing that skin, but in a good way. And it's really, really good for getting rid of or minimizing the excess pigmentation that we have. Like I always have a little extra, not really age spots. I'm not calling them age spots, but like in the summertime especially. But it's worse on this side because the sun is coming in from the driver's side window. And using something like this just kind of helps minimize that so that it evens out my face. So the microdermabrasion again is deep cleaning your pores, and it is exfoliating the dead skin, and it will brighten your skin just because it's taking off the dead dull skin, that top layer. So what's the difference? Like I said, when I first picked these two, I thought, oh, we'll just compare these two, but I was thinking of it more like they're just two supplements to choose from. But as I was looking into what they do, I thought, gosh, they actually do the same thing. They deep clean your pores, exfoliate, and brighten your skin. The big difference, I think, is that the charcoal mask, I think, is ideal if you have oily skin. It's great if you are willing to invest a little more time. It's really great if you have any issue with acne at all. It's going to help clear up acne. The microdermabrasion, I think, is also geared toward fighting the fine lines and wrinkles. I think the charcoal mask does it to a degree, but I don't think it's quite as effective as the microdermabrasion. This is like getting down and dirty. This is really, getting down there. So the whole exfoliation game is like, by degrees. So I have to make like a chart or something, but I'm thinking, charcoal mask, microderm, then maybe the PHA, and then the glycolic acid. So it just depends on how deeply you're exfoliating, and then that's going to determine the results as far as whether it's going to really affect the fine lines and wrinkles, whether it's going to have an impact on the discoloration and things like that. So, I touched the wrong side. So the microderm doesn't have to be on for any certain period of time. You're just putting it on, massaging it. Like I said, the areas where, you have like dirtier pores, like on your nose and maybe your chin, you want to give a little more attention there. You can, apply a little more pressure. And part of the reason why we talk about pores so often is that they can look enlarged when they have the I'm not going to say crud. They can look enlarged when they have like the dirt and oil and makeup that is, collected in there, because it like kind of presses the walls of the cells. It makes it look bigger. It's like, you got stuff in there and it's kind of like making it look larger than it is. When you clean that gunk out, then it kind of goes back to normal, and then it's going to make your pores appear smaller. So that's the thing, is that when something says that it actually like shrinks your pores or makes your pores smaller, you can't really do that. Okay. Like your pores are your pores, but you can make them look smaller by cleaning them. So that's what's happening. And so it's a question of which one is going to do that more effectively for you. And it might be, something that you want to experiment with. Typically, a charcoal mask is less expensive than a microdermabrasion treatment. And all right, let's take this off, because there is a second step to this one. I'll show you the name and give you all that information when I get my glasses on. But since it has the word abrasion in it, it's like little tiny micro cuts, and so that is what is removing all the skin and stuff, or the dead skin and the stuff, the gunk. So after your skin, it's hard doing just half. After your skin goes through that, you need to comfort it. So there's usually a follow-up step that involves something soothing and for sure moisturizing. Usually has some kind of botanical ingredients. And the one that I use has all of that, but then it also refines your pores. It just helps, it continues that whole process of making your pores appear smaller. So let's see where I put it. All right, here it is. It's actually called a pore minimizer, but it has botanicals to soothe your skin after you've done the microdermabrasion treatment. It's really, really thin. It's not a moisturizer. It does not replace like a nighttime moisturizer. In my previous life, before I really understood skincare, anything that, squirted out, I thought good enough. If I put something like this on, I thought, well, then I don't need my moisturizer. But not true. Okay. Just because it squirts out of a bottle doesn't mean it's a moisturizer. This is soothing your skin. It is just continuing that process of making your pores appear smaller. Gosh, look at this. Like I got hair sticking everywhere. I don't know. And it's going to take away, calm down the redness. So like if I chose to do this in the morning, which I wouldn't, this is going to help that redness calm down really quick. I don't really get super red when I do these kinds of things, but some people do. And I don't do my neck like with the Microderm. Sometimes I'll do my neck with the charcoal mask. I have done this, area here because I get freckles and stuff. So it's just, wherever you feel like, whatever floats your boat. All right, let's see what's happening. Well, I did really put it on thick. I don't really see any undergrounds. All right, let me get my glasses on so I can give you the information on the Microderm and see if anybody has questions. So this it's Mary Kay Time-Wise Microdermabrasion. Step 1 is called Refine, and step 2 is called Pore Minimizer. And you can buy them. I don't know if you can buy the Pore Minimizer by itself. You can buy the Refine step by itself, but they are sold as a set. So these are like in the $50 range, and then this is under 30. So there's a difference there. But all right, close enough. I'm gonna take that one off. Oh wait, let me see about questions. Hey everybody. Ooh, I'm just seeing where everybody's from. Awesome sauce. So any questions at all? Who has actually used these products? I think a lot of times it comes down to what are you more likely to use? Like I said last week, if it's in a little dropper, I'll use it. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about a dropper that, appeals to me, but it's true. But there's no getting away from the exfoliation thing. It's like, it just seems like most of these products that are coming out, some of them have been around a while, but a lot of these supplemental products are specifically to exfoliate our skin. And, so it's not always just about wrinkle fighting ingredients per se. There is a process that our skin goes through. And gosh, this reminds me of the early days of Mary Kay. When I first went to a Mary Kay party, oh my God, this is a long time ago. I was 15 years old. And back then, I'm chucking mask in my nose. Back then, like the skincare was just, you cleansed, you did like a purifying thing that deep cleaned your pores. It was like a freshener. You did a mask to exfoliate, and then you did your moisturizer. And then during the day, you did your foundation to protect your skin from the environment. 5 steps. But there was no such thing as like anti-aging ingredients. There was no retinol or anything like that. And yet the Mary Kay people that I knew, like the ladies that did the demonstration and stuff, looked amazing. And it was just a matter of understanding the needs of their skin and taking those steps. And so in the same way, like the exfoliation process might not sound as sexy as using retinol, but it's a step that needs to happen. And when you take care of your skin, when you make sure that all of the steps that need to happen are happening, it pays off. So let's see. I always think it's all off, and then like an hour later, I'll find like a little piece of charcoal mask somewhere. But it's very invigorating. So this is my charcoal mask side, and it feels like very stimulated, which is nice. Sometimes I'll do the charcoal mask. There's also a moisture mask. So if I have areas like in the wintertime that are dry, I'll put the moisture mask on the dry areas and the charcoal mask more like in my T-zone. So you can mix stuff up if you want. All right, now I'm seeing comments like crazy. How often do you use the charcoal mask? You can use it, I never use it as much as they say. It says like 2 to 3 times a week. I probably use it a couple times a month. It really depends on your situation. If you have very oily, blemish prone skin and you're seeing results using it a couple times a week, then I would do that. But I'm fine just using it a couple times a month. And same thing with Microderm. Like there was a time when I had kind of a rough patch on my face on one side. And so I was using it very consistently 2 to 3 times a week. And then I got through it. And so then I kind of backed down to where I just needed it, once every other week. So I kind of use it how I feel like I personally need it, but they both say 2 to 3 times per week. Let's see. It was the step 1, but the step 2 and moisturizer helped with the irritation. Let me see. Oh, hold up. I got to go up higher. I made a mistake of putting a microdermabrasion on neck. Okay. Did great on your face. Okay. Step 1, step 2 and moisturizer helped with irritation. Gotcha. Yes. And that's funny because there are some things sometimes we forget about our neck, but then there are other things that we shouldn't do to our neck. But I'm all about lifting serum like that. That's good. But yeah, so that's why, as always, and I feel like I'm a broken record, but I always say, you need to read the instructions, read the box, make sure that you know what you're doing, and if you don't, you need to reach out to somebody because it does matter. And as we have these products with these powerful ingredients, it is particularly important that we know what we're doing. Not that you need a degree in science or anything, but the days of just being really whatever, slapping it on, no big deal, are done because we've got all of these powerful options and we need to respect that. Okay. Respect the face, respect the ingredients. And again, that's why I personally think it's such a benefit to have a relationship with a skincare expert. So if you know somebody at the Ulta counter, or if you have an Avon representative, or if you have a Mary Kay girl, it is good to ask the questions, take advantage of their knowledge, take advantage of what they can share with you. And I really think when it comes to skincare that it benefits you to use the same brand across the board. If that's just me. But I think it just makes more sense. I think it's smarter, it's safer, and then you don't have to worry about, there being any reaction or using too much of one ingredient. We've talked about that before. So I'm feeling good. I'm going to put on my moisturizer now after we go. Eye cream, moisturizer, then I'm ready for bed. So I appreciate everybody watching. Make sure that you continue to comment. I'm pooped. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm not going to do anything else tonight. But tomorrow I'll come back in the YouTube description. I'll put links to all of the products. So if you are interested in getting more information, that will be available. And if you have any questions, I will answer them tomorrow. Today has been a long day, but I appreciate you guys. And so what should we talk about next week? If you have any ideas of what we can compare, I'm all ears. So we'll do it for sure one more week, maybe 2 more weeks. It's been fun. So thanks so much. And I hope you have a great night, and I hope you get some quality sleep. I have not had quality sleep in a bit, so I'm looking forward to some myself. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great night. Bye.